Welcome to Video Breakthrough Academy module number 10. This module is going to have everything you need to grow your YouTube channel. So many times we can push past the content, we can set up the monetization, but if we're not growing, our wheel doesn't keep spinning faster and faster, the flywheel that is, and it can be a little hard to take off. So I've developed this module specifically if you're in the situation of where you feel like, man, I wish I could just grow faster. This module is for you. And in this first lesson, we're going to look at one of the best ways, which are collaborations. So this is collaborating with other YouTubers to help kind of have a 1 + 1 = 3. It's a good win for you because you get exposed to their audience, and it's a good win for them because they get free content out of it. And it's a good win overall for the viewer because they get to exposure to someone who they haven't seen before or maybe aren't familiar with. So I'm going to give you 2 case studies of when I did this, how this worked. Then I'll actually give you email scripts you can implement and reach out to creators with. Then I'll also walk you through a cool platform that has this listed out for you. So a lot in this. Let's get started. Collaborations may be the single best way to grow your channel. It's free exposure, credibility, content, win-win for everyone. If you look to that picture on the left, you'll notice something. A giant spike. There I was getting 100, 200, maybe 300 subscribers a day. And then all of a sudden on February 6, 2017, boom, 1,100 subscribers almost overnight. This is why collaborations are huge. I've since tracked that and estimated about 3,000 new subscribers with just one single video. No other video I could have done on my own channel could have had that same impact unless it was getting hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. So collaborations, you get exposed to the other person's audience, and if you do a good job with this, they will come over and subscribe to your channel. Now, this is a case study with my friend Practical Psychology, as a channel of almost 800,000 subscribers at the time of this recording, and I'll walk you through kind of the back and forth. At the time I was reaching out, I think he had around 500,000. So it was still very big. I had around 30. Normally you want to collaborate with people who are at a similar scale than you, but if you can swing kind of a big kahuna, right, or a big fish, well then that's much better. He was on my model channel. Here we are again looking at that. Remember these that I showed you earlier on? So you have your model channels, and the greens are the ones I wanted to collaborate with. So I reached out to him and said, hey, just wanted to say great job with your channel. Enjoyed hearing specific compliments on the video, right? In this case, it was a video he did on how to become filthy rich. And then another specific compliment that's short. That first paragraph is just, compliments. Hey, I've seen your content. I like your stuff. And then I introduce myself. I say, I'm Clark. Thought I'd reach out because I saw your comment on my collaboration with one of our mutual friends I did last week. I run a YouTube channel linked right there in case he wants to see it in the personal development self-help niche, and I'm always looking for great content to feature. Let me know if you're interested or do collaborations. Keep it up. Love your insights you bring to the table. Short, sweet, polite, and friendly. That's the vibe we're trying to get in our emails. Now, one thing I said there was looking for great content to feature, because sometimes it's easier to get someone to come onto your channel rather than asking to just straight up off the bat go on their channel. And this is always a little bit of some people need to be a little more wined and dined before they'll just open up their channel to feature someone, because they don't really know you, right? It's kind of a risk. What if this person screws it up? Those are the thoughts that are going through our heads in the terms of a creator. So when someone emails me, I'm like, is this guy gonna make my whole channel look bad? Or geez, do I really want to feature this guy on my channel? Is he someone who can uphold the brand? So you might need to get to know people, but it's worth a shot. Remember the law of averages. He responded, hey Clark, I have no problem doing a collaboration with you. What topics do you feel are most comfortable talking about? Thanks for getting back to me. Recent topics, I've listed some that are very popular. Let me know if you have a preference. Journaling and book summaries seem to do the best. Would you have, I'll feature you on my channel, any ideas? And so he sent me back one that he liked. And here's where I kind of dropped the ball a little bit. I started getting away from specifics, and I started kind of just getting into more and more information. You really want to stay on topic when you're messaging back and forth people. And I actually didn't hear back from him for 2 months, and it kind of died out. And so that last email, I was talking about times, I was talking about audiences, it was all over the place. When you're reaching out to people to collaborate, keep it very concise, very short, and very professional. Unless they start getting like very, very friendly and whatnot, and then you go for it too. But always try and match the vibe they give in their emails. Here's another email I sent about a month or two later after not hearing from him. I said, hey, been catching up on your content. Love the science. Again, specific compliment. I know you're busy, but I just wanted to touch base with you again. Still interested in a collaboration? I have a few videos I think your audience could gain from. And this was what did it. I listed 5 videos that I hadn't really filmed yet, but I thought I could film, and I listed the titles already laid out. And sometimes this works better with people when you're talking about collaborating. Give them suggested topics that you could do already, and they can start to see the content and even get a little taste for it. So here I have how to read faster and retain 200% more, 5 speed reading hacks that actually work, 5 biggest mistakes that new YouTubers make, the ultimate guide to keeping a journal part 3, and then the 7 successful mindsets of self-made millionaires. Let me know if you have any good topics, and then, I pretty much conclude. So sometimes listing out topics for them gets them more excited, again, because they can see the potential of your content. And he said all those videos. Okay, so this is interesting. So he's an animated channel. He sent me back, are those videos going to be in your style, which means like camera, face on camera, or narration I can animate? I really like the first 2. So judging by this email, it was the previous emails, he didn't really want me to be on camera, which is totally fine. I'm down to match someone's style. But this just shows you that you always have to adapt to that channel's style. So if they're doing animated videos, suggest videos that you could do to go along with that animation. Maybe the audio over their animations. Or if they do really, really short form content, well, then just let them know, hey, this could be very short form, under 3 minutes. Or if they do very long form content, maybe say, hey, can I do the first half and you could do the second? So always try and look at their channel. The more you can get familiar with their channel and their audience, the better, because now you have more leverage when you go onto that channel and you know what those people like. And if you can give them what they like, they'll like you more and come over and subscribe. Awesome, open to whatever you want. Won't take offense if you prefer to animate over my mug. Your animations are killer. So here's what happened. I went away. I researched extensively on the 7 speed reading hacks that actually work. To be honest, I didn't really know the first thing about speed reading. I had never really researched it. I wasn't an expert. I don't even use it in my everyday life. But I said, you know what? This is what his audience likes after looking over his channel. And so I said, I'm going to research this thing to death and make a killer video on it. And so I did. I went to work. I researched for like 20 hours one week because I knew it would be worth it, just that exposure alone. And I really pushed myself to make a good video because I knew that was the only way this was going to work. And so we posted it, and I sent him, this is what you should send someone if they agree to collaborate with you. You should make it as easy as possible for them to post your video. You want to make this super, super streamlined. So that means giving them the title, giving them the tags, giving them the description, and giving them the file, even giving them the thumbnail. When you do all this kind of done-for-you package video, do you think they're more or less likely to collaborate with you in the future? Of course they want you back, because now you give them free content that's good, that their audience likes, and you do all the work. All they have to do is sit back and collect the ad revenue from it. And that's another thing. Always let them get the ad revenue. Don't ask for any of it. This isn't about money. This is about subscribers. And the lifetime value of a subscriber is much, much, much better than just a few $50 here and there on a video. Okay? So I give him the Dropbox link to it. Let me know. Thanks for putting it together. Let's grab a beer or something if you're in Seattle sometime. There's the video title with an alternate one, the tags. I also gave him the description. So talking about the topics in there so he doesn't have to do anything, listing the links. So this is the very detailed description I don't even do for my own videos. But again, it's all about wowing them. And then, more right there. 7 speed reading hacks to read faster and retain more. It was up for a month and I already had almost 50,000 views. Did very well. And so here's another point. When you do a collaboration, always be in the actual comments, communicating with people. So, I post a first comment there, and always know when it's going to go live. Be the first comment to post there, hopefully. And then you start communicating and respond to every single person that comments on that video within reason. If it's thousands of people, if you're at that level, well, then it's going to be harder. But definitely if it's 100, 200, 300 people, I was sitting there for a couple hours, and then I went back 24 hours later and tried to respond to every single person. I think I got 90% of the way there at the time. And then, more responses, and there's the final results of that spike from the collaboration. Now, here's an extended chart of the collaboration. And what I noticed is that after that single collaboration, my baseline for subscribers went up 50 per day. So it's not just about that single spike you get when people go to your channel to collaborate. It's about the spikes thereafter. Why? Because all these new subscribers, the influx of them, gives you what? More watch time, gives you more related videos, gives you more subscribers, gives you more likes, comments. So YouTube sees this spike that a bunch of people are going to your channel, and it's a good quality marker for them. Let's talk about the next part of this tutorial on how to collaborate. Here are some simple tips for a successful collaboration. It needs to look natural, both for you, both for them. You want to give your best material away. Go all out here. Don't even hold back anything. If it's good enough for your channel, make it even better to post on theirs. Because if you're not going to give your best stuff away, there's no point of this collaboration, because you want to wow their audience. But just give them something fresh that they haven't seen from them, and something different. When you do this, you can get their subscribers over to your channel as well. It's not like they're going to unsubscribe from that channel and ditch them. No, they're going to subscribe to both of you. So think about the audience. What do they want? And make all your content killer around that. Contact channels with similar sized audiences than you. So I sometimes get a lot of collaboration requests from people who are just starting out. They have 1, 2, 3,000 subscribers, and it's not that I don't want them on my channel, it's that I go to their content and it still looks very amateur, and it still looks like in the developing stages. So here's someone that maybe 6 months later I would have collaborated with, but now my first impression of them is that kind of starting out almost amateur level. But then I have people who contact me who are a little shorter audience than me, and they're very professional. Maybe these people even have 10,000 subscribers, but they look so professional in their presentation and everything. It's a no-brainer. Come on my channel. Come talk to my audience, of course. So when I reach out to people, I don't go for collaborations for people with millions of subscribers. That's just out of the range of possibility. What you do is give or take 10,000 is a fair estimate. And the bigger you get, the wider range that is. So I'm at currently 60,000, so I would go as high as 150 to 200,000. I think that's a fair range for me. But if I had 10,000 subscribers, I wouldn't really try and go past 50. Contact them via email. You can find this out in their About section. I like doing this. Don't DM them on YouTube. That feature should be deleted because I don't know anyone who checks their YouTube DMs. Don't contact them via Facebook. Always try and do it as professional and legit as possible, and I find that email works the best. And if they do prefer Facebook Messenger or some other form of communication, heck, even texting, well, then just do it that way after email. But always make your initial outreach as professional and kind of vanilla as possible. In the collaboration, make your only call to action subscribing to your channel. That's the one goal of this collaboration. I could have gone on there and promoted my journal course, but what would that have done? My first encounter to these people would have been me selling something, A, but B, even if I got a few sales, how many subscribers would I have potentially gained from that collaboration that just heard that one call to action and didn't take any action, so they clicked off? Instead, I get 3,000 people onto my channel, and I know that at a 3% conversion for pretty much all traffic that goes to that site. So even if I get 10 of those sales, that's still $500. That's probably more than I could have got off a one-time direct call to action on that video. Subscribers are the most important part about collaborations, not sales. Let's look at how to not collaborate. Here's some don't do's. Don't take it personally if they don't respond. Remember the Jim Rohn law of averages. The more no's equals more yeses, and the more yeses you get, the faster you get ahead. Don't sell or pitch anything in your collaboration like we just spoke about. Don't expect anything from their end. So even if they don't promote it, even if they don't, go all out to tweet it everywhere, it's okay. As long as they post it and they're holding up that end of the deal, that's fine. Even if they don't post it, you can always repurpose it and post it on your channel, right? Don't collaborate with anyone and everyone. This is important. Our artists in the music industry come to mind. They don't just collaborate with anyone who's popular. It has to be a good fit for them. Because if they collaborate with the wrong person, and let's just say that person has a freak out in Hollywood, it makes them look bad because they're associated with them now. Same thing with actors, same thing with movie directors, same thing with in your jobs. You don't just hire everyone and anyone, because what if that person puts a bad face to your company name? So it's the same thing with your brand. You got to think of everyone you let into your brand, everyone you align yourself with over the years. They could make your brand look great, which most people do, and most people have it together, but they could also have some scandals around them, or they could also just put a poor image to your brand. So just keep that in mind. What's this person going to be doing 5 years from now? And just think about it in that term. Now, here are some email templates that you can pretty much copy, paste, and hit send on. We went over them a little bit behind the psychology of why they work, but here's what I have included for you, again, in your workbook on this section. Just look for 10.1, and it'll be right there. Title, reach out, subject lines. These are 3 that you can use. Depending on the situation. So they're kind of formal and not formal. So first one is collaboration opportunity with X number subscriber channel, ? The second one is, hey, blank name, either their channel name or their personal name, great work. And that just is short, sweet, gets them to open. Everyone wants to hear a compliment. Next is collaboration opportunity with your name from your brand. Now that's a little bit pretentious. I don't really use that one because it's implying that you expect them to know who you are. So I don't use that one, but I've gotten collaboration requests from people that used that. And when I was doing podcasting, people would send that as well. And if they were a big name, I would open it. And so here are some examples of the body. I'll give you a more condensed version of this later on. I said, hey, blank name. Just want to say great work with your channel. Definitely enjoyed specific compliment. Also seems like you've done an awesome job with specific compliment. I am blank your name. And I thought I would reach out because I love what you're doing with their channel name. I run a YouTube channel about your topic with blank number subscribers, and I'm always looking for great content to feature. Let me know if you're interested or do collaborations. Keep up the great work. Love the insights you bring to the table. And then your name. And you could link your content if you wanted to or not. Now here's a condensed version. I just said, hey, name, big fan of your work on your channel name, especially compliment. And then you cut it down to the bare bones. And sometimes these short emails they get a better response. It's like with email marketing, the more punchy, the less words your headline is, the more opens they get. Shorter is better for responses because people it comes across as less work. And so here's an email reach out I had where people were reaching out to me, and so it's a similar topic. I've included it in your book at all. And so they're giving specific compliment again at the top, and they're introducing themselves, and then they give possible suggestions of what the content they could do. So good stuff right there. That actually went through. Here's FameBit. I walked you through it in the past, but you can also use this site to find other creators and do collaborations to work with. And I've seen some listed on here. Again, I haven't done any collaborations through this, but this could be a good way you can browse around. They have a collaborations feature on here. Let's end this with some action steps. The first is find 2 to 3 channels right now that you could collaborate with. Remember, these are channels within your niche, be a natural fit. Once you found those 2 to 3 channels that have similar sized audience that would be a natural fit, Think of 5 videos you could film for them that their audience would love. Then get the emails and contact each of those 2 to 3 channels. Look over FameBit for collaboration opportunities, and remember to just keep reaching out to people. So the more people you reach out to, the better opportunities you have for collaborations. And especially if you have under 10,000 subscribers, definitely try to collaborate as much as possible. So that's it for this video. Next lesson, we're going to look at your first 1,000 subscribers and things you can do to speed that up. I'll see you then.